Welcome back, everyone. And more video commentary, and that's out of sync and all kinds of poor quality. And I'm sorry, no, I can't let that go. That bugs me. It's such a erg. Yeah, even the experience points slow down when they're in the spider webs. Everything that's in there is slow and gets caught. You can see a little fire back there. That's called a mob spawner, and I'll talk a little bit more about that when I get closer. And these little spiders are so freaking annoying. There's one that's glitched right there. He's gonna bite me in a second, because I'll get closer and he'll just be like, bam. See? There he goes. Ow. Ow. Oh, one thing I can talk about while I wait to get to the mob spawner is that little clicking noise that you hear whenever you're hit. It used to be this deep voice going, ugh, ugh, and that was supposed to be Steve, which is the name of your default character. I don't know why his name is Steve, but I think there was enough, like, why are we sounding like Steve when we might not look like Steve? And that's when things got to be all kinds of, you know what, let's just take out that sound. And I kind of miss the old sound, because not only was it amusing, but I was used to it. I don't like this clicking sound now. It sounds worse. It sounds more painful to me. Now, one thing I will talk about with these little spiders is they're only 1 block high. If I were to cover up that area on the bottom that I just gestured to with 1 block, kind of like this area is, he'd still be able to get through, as you saw with the mob spawning earlier. And in here, I'm going to show you how to stop a mob spawner. And that is with these 4 torches all around it. And now nothing inside that spawner can spawn. Now, mob spawners, usually found in dungeons, they're in small rooms, bigger than mine shafts, but still small. They'll have a chest or two that has things you can loot, and they will either spawn normal spiders, because you only find the cave spiders in mine shafts, skeletons, or zombies. Now, the reasons why you would want to just stop a mob spawner instead of destroy it is because you might want to mine a particular resource that mob drops, like, for example, the spiders drop string. You can't really see it because I didn't center my live stream correctly, but I've actually got a pile of about 48 string right now. Granted, most of that is because I was destroying the webs, but, you know, if I were to just sit here and, like, wall off the area and come in here, turn the lights off, and just fight spiders, I'd probably still be able to get that amount. It's also a good way to level up. As you can see, I'm at level 31 right now, and you could easily get that just by harvesting a mob spawner. Now, because I have a bunch of string, I am actually going to destroy this mob spawner. And the way I'm going to do that is with a pickaxe. The pickaxe is the best thing to use against destroying a mob spawner. We used to think it was the diamond sword. I don't know if that's just because we never looked it up, or if it really was originally that way. But I don't want to keep it, so I'm going to go ahead and destroy it with the pickaxe eventually. Yeah, I'm explaining the string now. I think I explained it better this time around than I did the first time. Yeah, I'm going on a little bit more here. Just stuff that I've already said just now. Eventually I will destroy this, and yeah, I'm going to destroy it here, and then I'm going to put the mine back up because I kind of want the mine to look a little nicer just to help me navigate. And I'm kind of guessing here. I don't remember exactly where that was. Or rather, I didn't in the video. I was like, I think it's here! So that's what I went with. Oh, here we go. This is one thing you can do with wool, which is with string, which is, you know, you put 4 together, you make wool. Now, unfortunately, you cannot deconstruct wool like that. If you could, that would be amazing. But it's not something that can be done. And see, now that we've seen the small cave spiders, here's a normal one, and he looks huge in comparison. He is bigger. He won't fit through a 1 block square, because he's still only about 1 block tall, but he is bigger by a good bit. And as you can see, mines are good for finding ores. There's some iron right there. And it's not because mines just happen to appear wherever there is ore. No, it's because that's how they spawn. They spawn with ores in them. This mine could be at a higher level. I think they only spawn below a certain point. It's not too low, but it is low. And, you know, there's a lot of ores that only do that, but the primary thing is that the mines will spawn with ore. And the reason you want to fill up this hole is because sometimes you'll come across areas where that first line of ground that you're walking on is actually above another section of the mine. And it's just generally a good idea to not worry about, or to not leave gaping holes. And this is where I get to talking about gravel. Gravel is, one of those blocks where, like I said with sand, is it falls. And I'm actually going to demonstrate that here in a bit. With a normal block, you place it and it kind of stays put. This right here is what I was talking about with the mine shaft level being different. First thing I want to say about the gravel, besides it falls, is it used to have such a pretty texture. Now it just looks really ugly. I hate this texture. I miss the original texture. But like I said, normally you place a block in Minecraft, you can place it up on a wall, get rid of the wall around it, and that block will just sit there. You can't do that with gravel. When you do that with gravel, this happens. The same thing is true of sand. Now that right there is a minecart. And that's something that originally you could only craft. Now they are part of the mine shafts and they spawn in them, and they're helpful. And it used to be that there were 3 types of minecarts you could craft. One was a normal one had a chest in it, and one had a furnace in it. Yeah, this is me attempting to wall it off and then realizing I need to get to that. Now this one, as you can see, has a chest in it. So, I mean, for the sake of a mine shaft, that means there's something in there. It also means you can store supplies in it. And when you had a furnace, see, I get to have some melon seeds there and some bread. That was cool. And here's where I get to craft my shears. But it used to be that you would have a supply chest, and you wanted that to go down, so many rails, because you had a rail set up to another place or whatever. And then you would put a furnace inside another minecart and light it, and that would push the supplies along the cart. Now that being said, it didn't do a very good job when I tried it, but I also tried it several versions ago. So I might test it in this version later. But I will probably collect that when I get up there. I'll talk more about gravel too when I get to another point in there. One thing I'm going to mention is how easy it is to get lost in mines. It's not just because every hall is kind of starting to look the same. As you can see, I've only made a few turns, and it's... Oh, I am receiving an interruption, so... I will go ahead and get back to y'all for the rest of this video and the next one. Maybe.